shield down. Hello everyone. I haven't brought the GoPro with me in a while, so I thought I'd bring it with me today and just take a little bit longer ride for the afternoon. One thing I did, I actually changed my own oil. At 8,000 miles, about 1,500 miles ago. I don't know if I talked about it in my GoPro video, but I did the first 4,000 mile check at the dealership, and they just put regular motor oil in it. So when I got to 8,000 or 8,500, I changed it myself. I got some of those Rhino ramps at Walmart and drove it up on 3 ramps so I could get underneath it just fine. But anyway, I bought the Shell Rotella T6. I did I've been following a lot of the forums, and everybody talked about Rotella T6, so I found some at Walmart for like $19.57 a gallon. And anyway, I changed it out. And instantly, when I started up and pulled it out of the garage, I could just tell it was much quieter. And with the old oil, I always had to start the bike and let it warm up a little bit. You could kind of hear some faint clunking that it had to, I guess it had to warm up, but I don't do that with the Rotella. I mean, I can start it up now and I don't hear any clunking. It's just really smooth. And I could tell right away that it was smoother. But one of the biggest benefits is I always check my mileage on this. I have since I got it. Just curious. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I was consistently getting, 30 miles per gallon, plus some change, but never got above, 30.5. Well, when I put the Rotella in, I started checking my mileage, and I don't know where I was. It's not all highway miles. It's just like, around through some towns, up and down these kind of hills. But I checked it the first time after I put the synthetic in, and I was getting 34 miles per gallon. So I was, needless to say, I was kind of pretty happy about that. And I checked it again. I just filled it up. I've been riding around just the local area, not really on the highways, and I checked it again, and I had 32.5, which is still good, but that's just all around town. So I'm kind of excited to get on if I can get on a highway. I don't get on interstates, but get on highways and just, do highway speeds. I'm hoping I'm kind of hoping I get above 34 even, which I did before. I got 34.5, which is actually pretty good for a trike, I think. But anyway, I just thought I'd talk about that a little bit. What I did, since I'm going to be doing some traveling this summer. It's already mid-April, so maybe in May I'm going to go out to Big Bend National Park with my son, take his telescope. So I ordered a trailer. I ordered it from, I think it's USA Trailers. It's not the big boxy aluminum one. I ordered the Discovery, and it's kind of a low profile. It's got the big, I don't know, maybe 16-inch maybe, or 15-inch or motorcycle wheels on the back, and it's 20 cubic feet, so that should be plenty. It's got a nice chrome luggage rack. It's got a big a fairing wing on the back with a LED light in it, just like my bike has. And it's got a good cooler, a leather covered cooler, which is kind of nice too. So that's going to be really kind of nice to be traveling. You just got to get used to pulling one. I had to get used to how wide this trike was. I actually skinned up the fender pulling it in the garage. I hit the front of my wife's car, so I just kind of forget that it's actually wide. So now I have to remember it's actually longer too. But it'll be fun. So I'll go out to Big Bend next month with my youngest son. He'll graduate from college, and then he'll work all summer. He wants to go back and get his master's, and then actually go back and get a PhD, and he wants to teach at the university level, so that'll be kind of cool. So I'll take a trip with him, and then hopefully second week of June or something like that. My wife said she'll take one long trip with me on the bike, so hopefully we'll head up to Colorado, all the way up through the $1 Million Highway, up through the mountains and back around, and have a good time doing that. I got her just got her a cheap rain suit. I got a pretty nice rain suit, but I used a jacket just last week. I got it in a little bit of a rain, and Lord, those things are hot. They don't breathe at all, so I guess that's why they're waterproof. So anyway, I'll turn it back on later when I'll get this a little bit more scenery, and I'll talk to you a little bit. I think our bluebonnets have peaked. They're kind of they look to be on the downward slope and kind of starting to shrivel. You still see some patches that are pretty heavy, but see some of the other flowers coming out now, which is the Indian paintbrush, those orange ones, and I see some purple ones and even some white ones, which is kind of neat. I don't know if they don't peak at the same time. I guess I should have had it on a little bit further back there. You could see the blue. Oh, there's some bluebonnets out in that field. But I know there was some right up here that covered the side of the road. I just don't know how far away from it I am. Just outside of Marble Falls, they were some hills covered with them. Beautiful day today. I don't know what it is. 79. So I put on a long sleeve shirt and some long pants just so I don't get burnt. It's really not cold. I'll turn it on again if I come across some more bluebonnets that have. Oh, there's some still there. Could just be right up here. Turn it back on if I find those bluebonnets all over the place. Let's drive by here. I thought I'd stop this time. This is Marble Falls. This is where all your granite countertops, a lot of them come from. You can see there was a big huge granite hill over there, and they're just cutting through it, which is really kind of cool. I don't know how far I can get back in here, but you can see the different colors of granite that they're getting out of here. That is the coolest thing. I don't know if you can see it right here. Look at, you got gray, browns, mostly browns. There's even some pinks, and it's all out of these hills, which is the coolest thing. Now that big hill at what is that? Enchanted Rock is solid granite, just like that. Hopefully they'll never mine that. But this is the coolest thing. There's just so many different color granites around here. I better not. Oh boy, look at those big old cranes over there for getting this stuff cut out. That was pretty interesting. I have never pulled in here before. They even have a sidewalk around there to look at the different colors. Here you can see a little bit more from this top of this hill. Man, they've been cutting that for many, many years. Pretty soon it'll be all gone. But there's so much more everywhere. Power off a little while ago. I went through fields of those yellow flowers. I mean, the entire pasture land was just blanketed with those yellow flowers. So I missed that. So I turned the power off to save battery. Otherwise, it just kind of goes dead really quick. Anyway, coming into Kingsland, which is kind of a pretty area. Some more fields with flowers. Well, I probably missed them, but there were some more fields full of those multicolored flowers. Some of those Indian paintbrushes right up here. I drove over some old railroad tracks and I looked down there, and it was so cool. The center and on the sides of the railroad tracks all covered in flowers. I wish I could have pulled over and gotten some photos of that. That would have been pretty. That there's this highway, there's nowhere to pull over and just stop. Here we go. There's some fields with kind of pretty. Here you can see the flowers out. I just passed them. I actually passed over a bridge that said I was crossing over part of Lake Buchanan, but there wasn't any water to be seen. see the orange flowers, which are the Indian paintbrush, and there's still some bluebonnets kind of mixed in there. I turned it on. There's some a field here I can see from the distance. It's full of flowers. Oh gosh, there's everything out there. Blue bonnets, Indian paintbrush. I have no idea where I'm at. At least I have a GPS, so I can always get back. Shield all the way up because it's warm, so I don't want to keep it down. There's some pretty flowers alongside the road. I actually found out where I am. I'm on Highway 29 headed toward Mason, but you can see how pretty it is out here too. We've got new yellow flowers, orange flowers. There's still some blue bonnets out here. Hopefully your GoPro will pick this up. It's kind of pretty. Those are not dandelions. I don't know what they are. There we go. Now we got blue bonnets and yellow ones, red ones out there. It's pretty cool how they grow right on the side of the road. Pretty through here. I had a bug splatter my shield, so I'm going to have to stop, clean that off. It drives me nuts. Saw a car back there, a lady pulled over, taking pictures. Never been out this far before. Headed over towards Mason, Texas. That's pretty there with the white fences. I love the orange ones. Blue bonnets are still there, they're just not peaked right now. Actually ended up being a prettier road than I thought. what's coming. Goldwing trikes and a Harley. It might be kind of fun to ride with some groups, but I'm kind of a loner, so I like to do my own thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool right here. You can see the Indian paintbrush alongside the road. I'm 100 miles away from home, so you see the granite. They have granite out in these hills too. I just stopped by this a historical marker, and I was reading the plaque, and it's the Kaufmans, I think, and they were some of the first settlers here in this area, which is really pretty cool. First settlers here in 1810 to 1905. They sailed from Germany to Indianola, Texas, and they were in one of the first people to move in Fredericksburg. Then they moved up here. I guess this is Art, Texas, A-R-T. So they moved up here, and they had 640 acres of land, and this is all that remains of their land. And apparently his wife is buried here, a son and the son's wife, and there's even an unmarked grave that said it could be a grandchild or so. But that's pretty interesting. I mean, people immigrate here from, from Germany in 1810. That's just amazing. People are brave back then. Here it is. Here's the entrance. I guess it's Kaufman's. You can see these funky little kind of a fern-looking tree. These are mesquite trees. Have you ever heard of mesquite barbecue? This is the kind of trees or the wood they use to smoke the barbecue. Well, I'm in Mason, Texas. I've never been over this way before. I'm about 113 miles away from home base. Guess I'll turn around here and head back home. It's already, it's 3:30. Oh, another one of those. Looks like a courthouse courtyard. Cool buildings. Museum. Hoping to find a Sonic or something and pull over and get something to drink. I didn't see one. never actually see where I'm at. I didn't realize I was still on. Now I'm headed towards Brady or San Angelo, but I'll just turn it on to see this pretty sky. It's pretty going this way. I like the sky that's blue with some clouds. It just looks nice. I should probably head back, but oh well. I just love cruising. Okay, I'm in Brady, Texas. I think I'm gonna have to take 87 south to home. I'm gonna stop and get gas. Gas is like 20 cents a gallon more here. But beach running out. Okay, I think I want to go this way. A pretty road. I'm on Highway 71. I'm probably about 30 miles north of Llano. But there's still some bluebonnets out here, and I've seen some flowers that actually look just like a bluebonnet, but they're red. I've never heard of a red bonnet. They look very similar. There's some right there. Oh, nope, that's not it. Ooh, look at that field's pretty. Kind of glad I had it on. I'm heading home. I gassed up in Brady. I was talking earlier on this same video, it's the same day, how I put the synthetic oil in my motorcycle for the first time at the second oil change, and I was getting 34 miles per gallon and some change, and I just checked it when I was up there, and I had 34.35. So that's pretty awesome for a trike with the two really big back wheels. So I'll actually never use regular motor oil again. This synthetic oil even raises your gas mileage, which is amazing. It's pretty coming up ahead. I'm heading into the hills. I was just thinking it'd be so much more fun to take these rides and not have to turn around and go home and just keep going and, you know, take some vacation time and just take a 2-week trip on this thing. It'd be so much fun. Got it set up just about where it's right comfortable. I put the risers on. I got the highway pegs. I have a backrest, and so I used to ride, and I used to kind of ride hunched over. My center of my spine would just get really sore. But now with the backrest, I sit up straight, and it's just so much more comfortable. And I use the cruise control all the time, so it just kind of I can go one-handed and rest each arm. Just kind of nice. That's pretty cool. Big old hill over there. Still see the bluebonnets. They're still out. Heading into another hill. You can kind of see how the hills in the shade. I guess I'm not driving 70 miles an hour. I don't like to go 70. I'd just rather enjoy the ride. I'm in no hurry to get anywhere. I would be if I was in a car. Who'd want to sit in a car that long? Yep, kind of pretty right here. Go up into the panhandle and you run into a lot of those canyons that are just, it's flat and then all of a sudden boom, you drop into a canyon. Looks like you're in the Grand Canyon. It's so cool how the Canadian River just cut through the north up there, and just, I mean, huge canyons. They're huge. Anyway, I'll take a trip up there on the bike someday. I'll go up to Peladura Canyon, and it's just really pretty. I did it once when I had to go up there and do a photo shoot for a couple high school teams. We have Spearman and Fritch. We've got some flowers coming up here, some bluebonnets on this hill. Kind of pretty. I don't know how far I'm out of. I'm not too far out of Llano because it's right here. Intersection of 29 and 71. Pretty day. Kind of pretty through here. This is Lake Buchanan and Inks Lake. The old train, or I think that's a train bridge. Pretty time of night though. It's what, it's 5:46, almost 6 o'clock. I'm going to have a lot of video to edit. That was a pretty road. Out of my way though. So the granite hills up there.